Hello everyone and welcome to Orange University. On tonight's episode of Friday Night Explore, we're going to explore some spirits again. So I haven't done this since I think back in the Halloween days, but this Explore Spirits deck is very good. It's very fast and it definitely answers a lot of things in the meta by, just killing them before they get the combo off, right? And the way the spirit deck works is that it's got a lot of spirit creatures that also doubles up as a counterspell. Mausoleum Wanderer can be a counterspell. The Shacklegeist, not a counterspell, but get to tap down our opponent's cards. The Rattlechain gets to counter a targeted play by giving one of our spirit hexproof, and then all of our spirit spells have flash. And the Supreme Phantom, of course, is the lord of the deck that pumps all the cards, and then we just go in for the kill. Also, the good combo with Curious Accession on any of our flying spirits means our Geistlight Snare, a mana leak that costs only 1. That is crazy good. Alright, so that's the whole kind of idea for this deck. This deck is actually really fast and very easy to combo off, right? What we do is we try to get a turn 1 play in one of the spirit cards, and in turn 2 we try to put a Curious Obsession on one of those spirit cards, attack with it, and guess what? Once we do that, we get to draw a card. We got if we have a Geistlight Snare in our hand, now it is live. Since we have a second island, we can counter whatever they play, and then just keep capitalizing off of that tempo. You will see in the games today how crazy that combo really is. Even if we go second, which is basically every game, just by having this kind of combo, we can still have that great synergy. This deck is very rare cards intensive. We got Supreme Phantom, M19, Rattlechain, which is the double mask, no, not double master, the Jumpstar, the Shacklegeist, M21, and then also the Mausoleum Wanderer, which is from the Emrakul days, I forgot what set that's from, or what it's called, Ascendant Spirit from Kaldheim. So a lot of rares. It's very difficult to make this deck without just spending all your rare wild cards. Luckily for me, I already did it, so I can just kind of run this deck again. This time though, we have Cavern of Souls, which is pretty good for this deck, right? Naming spirits makes it so that it's very difficult for your opponent to interact with the spirits that you're going to play. And then when you play Rattlechain, they can't really target your creatures anymore because you have hexproof on them, and they can't counter the Rattlechain because you have Cavern. That is also a good combo. So this deck is crazy. Let's talk about the whole deck list one at a time now. Of course, the Curious Obsession I'm going to put to the side, and then slip out the back I'll also put to the side here. So in the early game, we have 12 1-drops that we actually want to play. 4 Ascendant Spirits, 4 Mausoleum Wanderer, 4 Spectral Sailor. Very easy to cast your 1-drop on turn 1. And this one's flash, so you don't even have to cast it during your turn. Wait till your opponent's end phase, flash this in, and then cast a Curious Obsession on that. That also works. Now put this to the side as well. On turn 2, we're going to have 4 Rattlechain, 4 Shacklegeist, and 4 Supreme Phantom. So Supreme Phantom can help us aggro them. Shacklegeist can help us tap down our opponent's creatures. And then Rattlechain can be cast as flash to give our creature protection when we need it. Then on the 3-drop, I actually don't have any 3-drop, so I'm just going to put this off to the side here. So then we have the card draw, which is just Curious Obsession. It's just a 1 mana card, and it doesn't look like a lot of card draw, but it is. This card can give us so many cards because unlike all these new, like, what is that card again? The Monster's Rage, where you cannot stack, Curious Obsession can actually stack. So you will see games where I stack multiple Curious Obsessions on a Spectral Sailor, and whenever it attacks, I draw like 3 cards. That's insane. That's so good of a card. So it's not a single draw, right? It's a continuous draw effect. Curiosity draw effect. And then in the counterspell category, we got 1 slip out the back. Not really a counterspell to help a creature phase out. You don't phase out your own creatures. You don't only phase out your own creatures. You can also phase out an opponent's blocker, and then just go in for the damage for the kill. Then we also have 4 Lofty Denial as a counter spell that if we have a bird, any flyer, right? Any flyer, any of our spirits which are flying, makes our opponent have to counter unless they pay 4. That's a crazy mana leak. Counter unless you pay 4. And then we also have Geistlight Snare, which is counter unless you pay 3, but it can cost 1 less if we control a flyer or a spirit, and cost 1 less if we control an enchantment, which spirits, enchantment. So yeah, the Geistlight Flare most likely will cost 1 every time we play it. That's a 1 mana leak is real good. Our opponent really can't stop it. And then we have just 1 Brazen Borrower. In case there's something big that we really have to get rid of, or bounce a blocker if we need to, we can just use the Petty Theft side to bounce their blocker. That's the only reason why Brazen Borrower is in the deck. We're not really using it for anything else. It's just a good bounce spell. It's just target permanent. Any permanent our opponent controls. Then in the land base, we're very aggressive deck. 22 lands total, but not really 22 lands, right? We have 15 snow cover islands. We need to have snow cover lands for the Ascendant Spirit. 1 Otawara. We can also use this to bounce something. We have 3 Cavern of Souls, which are lands to cast our spirits. And then 3 Faceless Haven, which are not just lands that attack. Guess what? If we have Supreme Phantom out, it's also lands that attack for a lot of damage. If we turn this into a creature and we have 1 Phantom out, that's a 5/4 Vigilance attacker. Then on the backside of it, we can still use it to cast Lofty Denial. Then if we have 2 or 3 Phantom out, this will be a 6 or 7 attack. 3 mana for a 7 attacking creature. That's real good. Real good. That's really all I got for the intros. Let's go into the games. Okay, our opponent is Cremate. Oh boy. I wonder if we're going to get cremated. We're going to go first. We got a Spirit. Good enough to land. Let's go. So, I think I'm going to play the Sailor first. So we'll pass turn. Don't have to show them what we are. Black. They want to Thoughtseize us. We'll get a Spirit out. Probably going to take our Curious Obsession, which is unfortunate but fine. Alright, so we can play 2 Spirits next turn. It's a little bit better. I don't think they would not take the Curious Obsession. It's too bad. If we had... I mean, we did go first, right? If we had gone second, it would have been way worse. But at least we get a creature out. There goes our Obsession. So whenever a Spirit enters the battlefield under our control, it gets +1/+1, and we can also sack it for abilities. So let's name them Spirits. We'll play the Mausoleum, and this gives it +1/+1, only itself. That's not very good. So I definitely wanted this out instead of in my hand anyways, but there would be a judgment call on where... Oh, it's this deck. Okay. So this is a different deck. It's they're just going to keep returning it from graveyard to their hand. So that's kind of the idea. We have flyers, so we can attack with the flyers. And I think this deck basically plays by returning the skeleton from graveyard to hand. I don't actually know what that does. Thoughtseize. So I got a Lofty Denial, but if he wants to maybe discard that, they lose the 2 life. Okay. They have no place. They have no place still. We'll make this into a 2/3. And we can make this into a 4/4 warrior. Right now, it doesn't look like they have place, right? So we can make this into a 4/4 warrior and then we'll attack. They already have 5. Let's see what they can do, because we can counter something. Armor Scrap Voyager, we don't care about that. And then they quit. That was not a very good game for them. Neither was it for us, honestly. A really fast game. Okay, our next opponent is the NAW Thorn. That's a name. We don't get to go first. So do I just lend the Mausoleum first then? We'll see. Maybe we just get Thoughtseize and I don't have to think too hard. Forest. Well, we'll lend a Mausoleum first. Since we're going second, I want to put a threat out. What are we playing against? Let's play actually, we got 2 Spectral Sailors we can toss out next turn, right? Is the Ascendant Spirit going to do anything? I don't even have... Yeah, I don't even have anything to catch up to that. With the 2 snow lands. I don't have them. I only have 1. So we'll pass the turn. If they don't play anything, we'll play our Spectral Sailors. Alright, we get our land. That's important. So I want to hold up my Lofty Denial, right? So I guess I'll play the Ascendant Spirit here. Makes it a little bit bigger and I can attack for 4. If they don't do anything, I will pump the Ascendant Spirit. If they do something I need to counter, I'll counter it. If they don't do something I need to counter, I can bounce with the Brazen Borrower as well. We have a pretty good play. Each player can only cast no more than one spell each turn. Non-basic lands I control come into play tapped. Okay. Very annoying, but let's bring that back to your hand. It'll be less annoying for us when it's back to your hand. And then we'll play a Spectral Sailor. I can't play the Phantom right now, but I can play the Sailor. It's flash speed, but I use it to pump the Mausoleum. And then I can attack for a lot of damage. And whatever they play next turn will get countered, and our Spring Phantom will go for the kill. Skyclave? I don't think so. Counter at least by 4. And now we'll play the Phantom. It's not technically lethal until I pump it, like so. I think. Right? Yeah. No, I was lethal anyways. Math is hard. Math is hard for aggro. Alright, the next opponent is Nathan World. A world of Nathans. What a world we live in. Alright, well, that's a funny hand. We'll keep. I guess we will play an island first. Oh, I mean, the choice is between island and cavern, right? And I'm pretty sure they'll know we're spirit by having an Ascendant Spirit out. So we'll just go with the snow. Let's wait for him to remove the Spectral Sailor if I wait. Pass. That way I can play the Spectral Sailor without any trouble. Then I will play an island. I will play the Curious Obsession on the Spectral Sailor. I can attack for 2. I get to draw a card here, of course. And I guess I can keep this up for a counterspell if I needed to. Put a +1/+1 counter whenever they surveil. Do I care that much about this? He can't block, right? I guess he can block. Alright, let's counter. We have another counterspell, so it's okay for me to throw that one out right now. This way I can... I don't need a Cavern right now. I can throw the Ascendant Spirit out and still have the Lofty Denial. And he has no Temple. I get to draw a card. Brazen Borrower. Okay, so I can bounce whatever he plays. Counter a big spell. Menace. Whenever another creature into the with power 2 or less enter the battlefield under your control, surveil 1. Alright. Dream Thief. With power 2 or less enter the battlefield, he gets to surveil 1. Right? He gets a lot of surveil on this. No, the surveil is not doing much right now. Maybe he has something in the graveyard that helps. It's a lot of surveil. Toss a Dream Thief. Another Dream Thief. No, I don't really want to stop that. Lots of surveil. Again. What does Shacklegeist do? Block only creature, tap to untap spirit to tap target creature I don't control. Really not much. Alright, I can bounce this. He gets to surveil a lot more. No, I don't think I want to bounce it. I want to pump first. So, this way, I can pump all my spirits and attack. I think that's pretty good. Name Spirit. And then we'll be able to play the Supreme Phantom. Blocks 1. That's the other one to go through. He's at 13. Okay. So we have a flash speed shackle. Well, that's not flash speed. Why did I think it was flash speed? Considered, yeah. This is just a surveil deck. I wonder what the surveil deck does. Like, what is there a payoff for all the surveil? Guess we'll find out. He has 3 mana, no other place. I can grow, so I can bounce this. See if he counters it. Doesn't counter. I get a fair Brazen Borrower, and I also get to attack for free. That's pretty nice. Do they have a flash speed creature? Return target non-land permanent and then surveil 1. How about if you... no? How about if you don't do that? And then quit. Good game. I didn't even get to use the emotes. Okay, our next opponent, the Beond. We're gonna go first. We have a Spectral Sailor, but that's about it. Still, going first. Nice enough. I think the Snow Cover Island usually gives it away that we're a Spirit deck. But hey, you know, we can slow this down. Do I play the Faceless Haven? I don't need to. Rattlechain can protect. If he wants to target my creatures. Nothing. No place? Let's get my Rattlechain hexproof. He can kill my Rattlechain if he wants to. I won't like it. Bone Crusher Giant. Alright, that's not fun for me. At least I know what I'm doing next turn. Thoughtseize. Have to counter that, then he'll get to play whatever he wants, right? Yeah. Annoying, but had to do it. It's a lot of lands that we drew. I don't know how I'm drawing this many lands in a deck that only has like 20 lands, but here we are. Maybe we'll get through. I have a lot of flyers, but Rakdos is a lot of removal. Proxy. Yeah. You got it. What else do you have? Multi-Harvester? Annoying, but won't get through that quickly. Lofty Denial's not a very good card. This will make it a 5. But then I will turn off Lofty Denial. You can definitely block. Right? This is a 5 something Vigilance. Do you have another Thoughtseize? Okay, well, something I can counter, at least. Takes him off a turn. They don't attack. That's smart. We'll turn this into a creature so we can attack with. It's Vigilance. They have to block here or they'll take a lot of damage. They just took it. That's surprising. Here's a land. Oh, there are 4, so I hope they have a good life gain. The Faceless Haven is already 4 damage, so if they do nothing, the Faceless Haven you get through. They're probably going to do something, I assume. The Shacklegeist. A cut down? No, that would not make any sense. Well, they could have killed the Supreme Phantom that way, it would have been better. Alright, so this will be a 5-4. It'll only trade with the Bone Crusher. I don't want that to happen, so I guess they're gonna get another turn out of this. We'll play the Ascendant Spirit. We'll... I can grow it twice, but I can't do anything else with it, so might as well wait. So I can grow it, they can try to kill it, I can try to grow it again. That's at least the idea. I cannot grow it and then grow it one more time because, well, I cannot grow it from 2 and then grow it to 3 with the second activation to get to a 4-4 because, well, obviously they have their plays, right? So maybe it's Crocs at time. They have enough to Crocs it out. But no, we won. Didn't get scammed. They got scammed. Okay, our next opponent is Sib Ocean. Yes. Or maybe it's Sip under the ocean. Alright, we got 1 mana into Curious. Maybe we'll be able to cast it. forests. Does look more likely with the forest. We get to wonder a little because we're in the mausoleum. 2 forests. Definitely gonna get curious on them. Not a card I can play. I can slip this out. I really wanted to draw a card, so I put it on top. Can't be blocked except by a creature with power 2 or less. Sure. Pretty scary. Definitely pretty scary. But we can shackle it, so that would be okay. Draw a card. 2 Shacklegeist. We'll have to take that. Do we? Yeah, I guess we'll have to take that. We can stop a big scary plate. Cannot stop a war leader. We can play a Rattlechains. Give this hexproof. My turn. Spectral Sailor will be pretty good. I can cast all of my spirits at instant speed. So, I do want to... You know what? I do want to cast the Phantom. It's a Spring Phantom here. It does make my whole board a little bit scarier, right? Let's do just that. So we can kill them next turn. And if they want to declare combat, we can definitely Shacklegeist. Death Touch indestructible, can't attack unless you control another creature. Entire creature gains +2 and traps. Alright. Scary. Very scary. Too bad I fly. Blizzard Brawl. I can sack this, but I'm pretty sure he just wants to do that, right? I want to cast it in haste. So we'll tap down your Steel Leaf Champion. Now he can kill my Shacklegeist if he wants. Or Rattlechain. I don't need haste, this creature is gone. No attacks. I don't know if that's smart, but okay. Alright, I don't need that necessarily. I can't play a haste speed, but he's got 1 green. What can he do with 1 green? And not haste speed. So, I want to play the Faceless Haven, of course. Tap this for mana to play the Phantom. Make my whole board even bigger. Is that lethal? He has nothing, so I think that's lethal. Yeah. -2. Goodbye. Math is for winners. Alright, our opponent is going to be the Dreamz. Is that Dreamz with a Z? How many times does our opponent get to go first, man? At least we got the good combo. The, you know, Spectral Sailor into Curious Obsession with Geist Flare. Let's hope they're slow. Because if they're fast, they can definitely answer this. Looks to be a bit slow. I'm actually going to play the Ascendant Spirit. This way they'll have to do something about it. Whereas in the Spectral Sailor could just get countered. I wonder if they will do something about the Ascendant Spirit. Blue-white control. Lay down arms, okay. Annoying. Very annoying. But at least I have a counterspell up now. With Lofty Denial. Just counter unless you pay 1. But it's something. Our opponent's holding on to their 2019 championship sleeve. I mean, you can't be a champion if you're in, like, what's it, silver or platinum? I don't even know what this is. You can rope. You can definitely do that. Everybody ropes. Plays a land. Till next turn. Okay.
The wind whispers secrets. All you have to do is listen. Do not challenge a raging river.
So this gives it -2, -0. Up to one target creature. Actually, I should have put 2 on. Gonna draw a card though. That's just a land. You could make a 4/4 bird. But he doesn't know that I can't bounce it. Yep.
The sky is my domain.
Okay. So double Curious Obsession. I'm gonna get real curious on you. Counter. We're just fighting our counterspells. I get to draw 2 cards. Yes. Thank you. Alright, I totally shields down right now, which is real bad, but this is what happens when an opponent goes first. Ecker Moon. He needs -12, right? You can proliferate? Okay. That's not what I would have done, but you do you, opponent. I do want to attack him. I guess before anything else, right? Let's play the Mausoleum Wanderer. Take action. Take action. That's a lot of counterspells. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't need to play the spirit. 8 is not.
I cannot bear to
Items you can draw at tap, draw a card. I didn't know that was the ult.
Knowledge
just
feeds the mind.
getting up to that.
Rivers feed the sea.
Okay, draw your card. He has 2 islands, you can draw 2 cards. Supreme Verdict. Cannot counter that. What can I do? I can sacrifice it, counter, cannot counter it. So it doesn't matter. Let's play my Rattlechain. Play my Supreme Phantom. We'll play the Curious Obsession on the Phantom. Take action. That's just a land. Oh, he gets to draw 3 cards. Narset. Counter. Your Narset. Dolvin's Veto. I'll counter the Narset again. Taps him out pretty nicely. And then GG. Get out of here. All that counterspell for nothing. Alright, our next opponent is the Galino. 83. Ooh. We got a Magic Boomer right here. Opponent goes first. I cannot for the life of me ever go first, apparently. Even with this crazy ass good combo. Oh, they're green. The Raw Priests. This is real bad for me, even though they're Raw Priests. Fang of Shigeki with Death Touch. Interesting. More Death Touch. So it's the Death Touch Finn, the Fang Bearer deck. I have a 1-mana counterspell, but that's about all I can do because they went first. +4, +4. Okay. Very poison. Very, very poison. So, I can draw 3 cards. Is that worth it? I think so. Let's see me not drawing any island off 3 cards. Then I'll cry. Well, got an island already. Another island? And then not a 3rd island, but good enough. Just gotta stop the Finn the Fang Bear, right? Everything else I can manage to take in. For a little time at least. So I can play the Rattlechain and then play other stuff. It's a whole of a blocker. I might need it. I definitely want to attack and draw. I gotta discard now. We'll end the turn. Discard the Faceless Haven. I need to discard 2 cards? Jeez. Too big of a hand, huh? First world problems. So the Ascendant Spirit is pretty good, but I think I want the Rattlechain, so I have 4 mana, right? I'm gonna play the Rattlechain into the Supreme Phantom or into the Ascendant Spirit or something else. I can toss the Mausoleum Wanderer, actually. It's a good card. I don't think it's necessarily a wrong choice. I just... yeah, you play your thing. Those are fine. They're not killing me this turn. It is attacking, which means that I can play the Rattlechain. Ooh, okay. You know what? I'll take the damage. It's not the worst. Huh. Isn't this just lethal? Let's find out. Bring Phantom. It's a lot of damage. How would you block these? Oh, you don't block these. Alright, that was 0 interactions. Good luck. Fun game you had. Alright, welcome back everyone. You saw those games. You saw how crazy that game was. Or those games were. This should be in the removal side, right? These are the removal. These are the counterspells. These are the card draw. These are our tempo spirits. This deck is insane. I basically showed every game I've recorded. I might have lost 1 game based on Mana Screw. I don't even know how that happened, but or Mana Flood rather. I drew all the lands and none of the spells, and I didn't upload that game because that game was dumb. Every other game, we just straight up just over tempo our opponent no matter what. If they're control, if they're aggro, if we went first, if they went first. Yeah, this deck is insanely good. I don't know why it's not just top tier in the meta, but it should be. It's almost impossible to answer. There are probably ways to answer it. I don't see how you can consistently answer this deck with another deck, right? Because this is just such a quick tempo play, but then after the tempo play is done, we have a lot of counterspell on the backside of it to protect our board. It's like the old, the Is a Delver kind of deck, but it doesn't even take 2 colors. Everything is blue, so I don't have to worry about anything. Just having islands can help me curve out, and that is what makes this deck strong. I highly recommend it if you have all these rare, if you have all these rare cards, go make this deck. It's fun to play. It'll give you a lot of wins. That's all I got for you today. Thank you very much for joining me on this Friday Night Explore, and I will see you guys next time.